Hey guys, here on Ultimate Reloader, you've seen Apex 10 from Mark 7 do a variety of things, and we're just getting started with Mark 7 Revolution. What we thought we'd do in this video is run through the different Mark 7 presses, their different applications, different price points, and explain the entire product portfolio, all that in this video. Hey guys, Gavin here from UltimateReloader.com. I'm joined by John Vlieger from Mark 7. Thanks, man, for coming down.
Thanks for having me, Gavin.
We've been having a lot of fun. We got Revolution out of the box. We put it together. We loaded some 9 with it. You came last time for Apex 10. We ran through a tech series on how to maintain the machine, how to adjust the machine, how to use the machine. And I thought to myself, why don't we just make a quick video? You know, we haven't used Titan, but I've seen it at the SHOT Show. I know it's an absolute powerhouse. That's kind of the pinnacle. We've got Revolution in the middle, and then we've got Apex 10 for the sport user, this sort of, you know, competitive shooter, the consumer, that kind of thing. Let's walk through the machines from Apex 10 up to Revolution, then Titan. Can you break down the differences? Let's actually talk price points, get into some of the details that people are going to want to know if they're looking at Mark 7.
I'm happy to.
Yeah.
So Apex 10 is where we start, and it starts as a hand press. So you can get into that for around $2,500. It comes with your standard 11-inch case feeder, ability to mount a bullet feeder, but you don't need to do any of that. It's a hand press. You can, out of the box, start loading ammunition as you would expect with a hand press. And you can take one bite of the elephant at a time and upgrade with a lot of the same sensors that end up on Revolution, for example. So the family, the ecosystem is consistent. And you can turn that hand press into something very close, approaching what Revolution does within that. So you end up being, if you got the bundle, for example, from us with, you know, every bell and whistle, the automated priming system, that comes that's compatible with Apex 10. You could even put a digital powder measure on Apex 10 versus the mechanical that it comes with. But you can, like I said, take one bite of the elephant at a time and end up there. You end up being around 7,000 once you fully set up the Apex 10.
And if you guys want to see that, you know, we started Apex 10 as a hand cranked machine. We did a complete video on the auto drive system, upgrading with that. We don't have all of the bells and whistles, but we do have content there. So I think you were just going to transition to this bad boy?
Yeah. So Revolution is our flagship commercial press. The Revolution was, from the get-go, meant to fill that commercial space for the smaller boutique ammo manufacturer or the mid-size ammo manufacturer, or even a large manufacturer who wants to have a rapid configurable machine in the corner for small runs or you know, bespoke runs of, hey, we want to use these components for 5, 10, 50,000 rounds. It's not a part of our normal catalog. So where the differences come into play is Revolution, like I said, from day one is meant to be commercial. So the choices we've made for construction materials, hardened steel instead of where we might have used aluminum. And in Apex 10, we've used hardened steel, black nitride finish on the wear surfaces. So instead of talking 10, 100,000 rounds for something that might wear or start showing wear on Apex, you were talking millions.
Right.
You know, the great example is the index cam, the surface that gets moves the shell plate to the side. That takes wear. It's a wear item. Hardened steel, over 1 million rounds before even needing to consider replacement on Rev. And we're not talking millions of rounds with Apex. We're talking 100,000. We're talking that. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen many need replacing in the warranty department. But that's a sign of, you know, different choices that were made, because we want our commercial manufacturers to have the confidence that this is not going to be something that wears out quickly. You're making revenue. You're making your business thrive with these machines. We want you to have something that lasts a long time. But no, the main differences between Apex and Rev come in the accessories and the materials, like I just mentioned. Larger case feeders, higher torque motor, 14-inch versus Apex's 11-inch.
Big difference in speed, we noticed right away.
You can keep up past the rate the machine can process with these case feeders. And that is still true with the 11-inch to an extent, but you're going to be feeding it more often for sure. It's got a smaller bowl. And then again, with bullet feeder compatibility, Revolution ships with a Pro bullet feeder up to 1,000 bullets of 9mm, you know, 124 grain capacity. Meanwhile, Apex is standard with a smaller bullet feeder. So it's an order of magnitude. And then digital powder measure versus mechanical. Onboard primer collation standard compared to your standard tube system on Apex, which everyone's familiar with standard hand presses. But this is the top dog when it comes to
Yeah,
priming.
you just dump them in the top and everything else just happens.
Correct.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's really when we're talking about delineating between Apex and Rev, you can see it. So materials, the accessories on it.
Integral auto drive, right?
Yes, a direct drive
Direct
instead
drive,
of a belt.
yeah.
So Apex 10 is great because elephant analogy I made. You can add the auto drive very simply, but it's a belt drive. You're adding a little bit of bulk, pretty simple, but you're adding on to the external. Revolution is standard, out of the box. The motor and gearbox are directly attached to the core. It's a smoother and quieter drive. I'm not going to say one is more accurate than the other. They're both very consistent operations, but you can see and hear the difference with Revolution.
Yeah. What's nice about Apex 10 and Revolution, let's say you're going to have both in your shop. There's a lot of parts that interoperate.
Almost all of the caliber specific parts,
Shell plates, tool heads.
yep, all cross-compatible, no
Nice.
question.
Yeah.
Only difference is you would put the spring and guide rod on your tool head for Apex 10 when it comes to tool heads. Things that are not cross-compatible, this is our primer collation system is not currently compatible with Apex 10 as an example, but almost everything else is.
Nice. So those two machines, pretty similar. One's more commercial oriented, one's more sport oriented, to use your terminology. Titan, let's talk about Titan. This is a whole different kind of echelon.
Completely different conversation. Titan is not aimed at what I just talked about with Apex and Revolution. It's not aimed, or it's not really meant for you could use terms like prosumer or sport. I myself am a prosumer. I shoot 20 to 30,000 rounds of pistol a year. Revolution is kind of my top level of is what I have personally. But Titan is a whole another departure. It's really industrial. It's capable of up to 8,000 or 9,000 pieces per hour of output with a dual feed setup. Titan is also complete departure from the current ecosystem. Like we just talked about, shell plates being interchangeable between Apex and Rev. That's no longer a thing because we're going from 10 station toolhead to 12 with Titan. The ability to run 6 stations on one side and 6 on the other with a dual feed setup, 2 case feeders feeding in and splitting the tool head essentially.
Which would be really nice for this processing project that we have, right? We've got
would.
90,000 9mm cases. We're going to get multiple machines running, but with Titan, we could do tandem setup and have...
In a day.
Yeah. Oh my word, that's crazy.
A little bit more than a standard 8-hour work
Sure.
day, but
Yeah.
one Titan could tackle
My
that.
team could handle that.
Yeah. But no, Titan everything is different. The electronics are different. The sensors are different, with some exceptions. The bullet dropper is all new, pneumatic bullet dropper. So you can do pre-seat for you rifle shooters that want to maintain your neck tension.
Yeah.
You no longer have to expand as aggressively because we're pneumatically pre-seating that projectile and then kissing it a little bit to get that seating depth where we want.
Yeah.
In addition, we're introducing high torque geared powder measure to work better with stick powders that everyone knows and loves that you can't really use with standard mechanical due to those kernels getting stuck, and, as well as bringing other advancements. The shell plate, the tool head, and the priming systems are all independently motor driven now.
Okay.
No more mechanical linkages.
Wow.
So like I said, this is a humongous departure from what we've been doing, but we want speed and capability. So throughput and capability, up to 338 Lapua Magnum.
Now that's interesting, right? Because you can't do that on these machines.
No, it tops out at about 308, and if you modify some or make some choices, you can do 30-06.
Okay.
But Titan is past that. It surpasses that in torque, in speed, in stroke length, modular stroke length, so we don't have to be stuck with the tool head moving the same distance because time is money, right? Time is a cost. So if we don't have to go as high, for example, 223, you only have to have a stroke of a little over 2.5 inches. Why are we going a full 3 inches then?
Right.
We could cut that stroke.
Wasted motion.
Exactly, wasted motion. So we can adjust our stroke to match what we're doing and maximize output without having to move anything else faster. We're just minimizing the tool head, it's a motion. So all those things come into play with a brand new HMI, human machine interface, that brand new firmware. The way everything works is different and new, and we are shipping those since end of last year, aimed at the industrial market. Like I said, up to 8,000 pieces per hour of output is not something that, even with what we're doing with this brass, is, like I said, it's about a day and a half of work.
Wow.
And that's something geared towards the guys who are making ammo as fast as they can as a part of their business to meet that demand for the
Or processing, right?
Or processing.
Yeah.
Processing, priming, loading. You can do in some cases all at once, you know, depending on your choices you've made and your caliber.
Sure.
Or you can do twice as fast with split head, so on. So the compatibility, sorry, not compatibility, the configurability is being maintained. You want it a certain way, not only can you order it that way, but you can get the pieces to change it down the road to suit your needs at that time.
So let's talk pricing. So with Apex 10, we've got somewhere in the 2,500 to 7 range, depending on if you go from mild to wild. A fully featured rev setup is about 15. Is that
About
right?
15 with the accessories that you normally get, but it's around 13 to start.
Okay.
And we do offer setup of the revs. What I do is part of my primary responsibility is you order a Revolution and you want to be that machine to be set up with your components at your site and be trained on the machine's operation. That's what myself or one of my fellow technicians can do at your location. That's not something we normally offer with Apex, but with Titan and Revolution, that is something that is assumed to be included in the offer.
Sounds like money well spent to me, because time is money.
Absolutely.
Right? So Titan, is there a standard pricing model for Titan, or is it more like per application kind of thing?
It's every Titan is quoted, you know, for what you're asking for, but generally speaking, 20 to 30,000.
Okay.
Depending on if it's a dual feed, single feed, what caliber, so on. Because if it's just a processor with just case feed, then we're cutting a lot of the component, you know, the accessories out, no powder measure, so on.
Which I'm actually surprised. It seems really affordable given what it can do and given the kind of revenue that it can produce for you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's completely new, and I am loving seeing what it can do out in these industrial environments.
Nice. Okay, so if people want to know more about all of the different machines, have questions and so on and so forth, where should they go?
Mark7reloading.com.
Okay. Well, John, this has been super helpful.
Yeah. Thank you for having me out. What we were making here in the U.S., we make as much as we can here in the U.S. I was a customer before I worked here. We want to make top quality reloading presses that have the throughput and quality that you expect from us.
Excellent. If you guys have basic questions, feel free to address that down in the comments section and we'll hop over there with you. But also just go to mark7reloading.com. They've got an entire team of people that can help with your questions, provide a quote for you, and so on and so forth.
Yes, sir.
We got 90,000 cases to process, so I say we get to it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're watching Ultimate Reloader on TV and want to take advantage of free resources, exclusives, and hot deals, just hold your camera phone up to the QR code, tap on the link, fill out the information, boom, you're getting Ultimate Reloader emails. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. Thanks again for watching.